Hi, I'm Katelyn, this is Michelle. Today we are going to give you a demonstration and explain a little bit more about dry needling and what we do here at Craven. So dry needling is a technique we use to try and release muscle tension and create better tone in the muscle. So ideally what we want to try and do is make sure that the client is appropriate to have dry needling done. So we'll go through some contraindications to make sure it's safe and appropriate. But we do use this treatment mostly for musculoskeletal disorders. The biggest thing is we want to make sure that we're keeping the patient safe. So we're going to clean the skin really well. I'm wearing gloves, and we're going to make sure that all of the needles we have here are individually packaged. So what we want to try and do, Michelle, if I can have your arm here, is we want to palpate the muscle for trigger points. And trigger points are taut bands of muscle that are overly contracted. And so we're going to do the forearm today. So one thing we want to try and do is go along the muscle and try and just palpate for areas that are feeling just a little bit more taut. Find a few there. We want to then go across the muscle belly. And that's a pretty good one right through there. So we're going to keep my finger there, and that's where we're going to treat to try and help release that trigger point. So we're cotton ball. We'll open the needle. There we go. So all of the needles have a tube around it. So we'll palpate for that band, place the needle on that area, and ideally what we're looking for here is a bit of a twitch response. That means we've got at the contraction zone of the muscle and we're helping to relieve that tone. And if we get a twitch, that's great. If we don't, we're trying to move the needle around to try and find that trigger point. And then it's out. So we could leave the needle in if we wanted to and put a few different points on there. We can attract and put some stimulation on it as well to get a bit of a deeper contraction. But other than that, that's pretty much it. So if you feel like you have an injury that might benefit from dry needling, you feel some tension, come on down to Craven Sport Services. We have 4 therapists here that do dry needling, so we'll be able to get you in.